What it is, YouTube? Tununu coming at y'all with another reaction video, man. Hey, check me out, man. Hey, we coming at y'all with another reaction video, and this is the top 10 biggest animals on the planet Earth. Huh? Stop? Alright, I'll stop.
Shut your bitch ass up!
But we finna get straight to the reaction video. Hopefully, these are some big animals. Hopefully, I ain't talking about no gators, and I'm talking about dinosaurs. Dinosaurs is what I want to see. But let's get straight to the reaction video. Let's see what you got.
Welcome back to another video about animals.
Godzilla.
You just can't get enough of them, and there are always new things to learn about the animal kingdom.
Make sure y'all tune into that Kong vs. Godzilla. King Kong will rock 'em.
Whether big or small, scary or cute, passive or aggressive, animals can be studied in many different ways. So I hope you're ready to learn more about them.
Yup, the dinosaurs.
In today's video, I'll be introducing you to the world's 10 biggest animals of all time.
I'm expecting to see
Maybe you've already watched the video
Yup.
about the 10 biggest
That's what I'm
animals in
expecting
the
to
world,
see.
and
Yup.
if you haven't, you should check it out. But today's video is going to focus on the 10 biggest animals literally of all time, which means we're going to include animals that are already extinct, or at least that's what we believe. Stay with me all the way to number 1 and find out if the biggest animal...
Y'all think the world would be straight if we lived with dinosaurs and stuff still? I don't know. I think we'd get rocked.
of all time is one that still exists today, or is perhaps in a new form.
Well, the world not
begin,
straight.
shall we?
Y'all know what I'm talking about, right?
Number 10. Paracephalium.
An elephant?
I think some of you were
Oh, never
surprised when
mind.
the elephant wasn't included in the world's biggest animals.
Huh?
Well, today I'm giving you something even bigger than the elephant, and it's not the mammoth. I'm talking about the Paracephalium, which holds the title of being the largest land mammal that has ever lived.
Huh?
They stood at a towering
I gotta
7
see the
meters
adults.
tall, which makes them taller than modern-day giraffes. And they weighed between
They don't look
33 and
that
44,000 pounds. This makes
What?
them almost 3 times heavier than the heaviest elephants we have today. Just like elephants, they were
Okay.
not an immediate threat to other animals or humans because they were herbivores. But with a size that big, I'm sure they were pretty intimidating, and they kept predators at a distance.
Yeah, I won't pull up on you.
It seems like they went extinct when the landscapes in Central Asia started to transform, making it hard for the Paracephalium to find the means to survive.
They look like an elephant
I do
and
wonder
a
what it
camel
would have
mixed
been like
together.
to see one of these in the wild, but I'm sure we would have been able to spot them from very far away regardless. Number 9.
T-Rex.
The whale shark. And
I
here's
guess.
one that we previously saw on the biggest animals in the world, as well as a few other of our lists, the whale shark. So let me refresh or introduce you to some facts about this impressive animal. First of
Why
all,
not
the whale
just say a
shark is the
whale?
largest fish in the world. That's right, although its name implies otherwise, this animal is not a whale, but it is indeed a fish.
Okay.
The name is simply a reference to its massive size, and if you haven't seen one yet, you'd probably think it is a whale. They can reach a size of 14 meters long and can weigh up to 41,000 pounds.
Jesus.
They're known for having long lives, and some of them make it to 150 years.
Jesus, so they still
With
alive?
their enormous size, they could easily reign in the underwater world, especially when they move across the major oceans. However, despite the shark naming, they are filter feeders, which means that they mainly eat plankton and small fish that get caught in their big mouths. They are pretty friendly, and sometimes they can be spotted swimming with humans.
Okay.
Number 8.
I'm gonna have to go to the beach.
Leadsichthys.
That don't look
While
big.
the whale shark is the largest fish in today's world, it is not the largest fish in history.
Big.
There's a fish that was larger, and that's the Leadsichthys. But it's actually not far from the size of whale
Is
sharks.
that a dolphin?
Earlier estimates stated that a Leadsichthys could be about 27 meters long. However, later studies have shown that they might have only been around 16 meters long, which is still a bit bigger than the whale sharks, but just not for that much.
Okay.
Also, they were heavier, weighing about 43,000 pounds.
Jeez.
And just like the whale shark, the Leadsichthys was also a filter feeder, eating plankton, shrimp, jellyfish, and any small creature that got stuck in its mouth.
Y'all peep, the biggest animals are always like the friendliest, like big dog breeds. The small dogs always trying to box even though they can't. Little animals always trying to box even though they can't. Just saying.
I kinda wish we had the Leadsichthys today, but at least we still have the whale shark, which is pretty close enough. Number 7. Cronosaurus. Who's the king of the jungle?
That looks scary.
That's right, the lion. And who's the king of underwater? Actually, that's kind of a debatable subject. Let's move on from that one. The animal I have here, though, considered once as the largest pilosaur ever, is believed to have ruled at the top of the food chain. The Cronosaurus.
Oh my, you did.
Named after the Greek god Cronus, who ate his own children, was a very intimidating predator. It could be about 10 meters tall and weighed something between 30 to 40,000 pounds. It would prey on all sorts of creatures, including fish, squids, and even other pilosaurs and ichthyosaurs. With such an intimidating reputation and a name, I'm sure the Cronosaurus didn't have to worry about other animals out there.
Jesus.
Number 6.
Is that a shark?
Titanoboa. You might remember...
Now, y'all know how I feel about snakes. And why would I... Y'all know how I feel about snakes. You're dead. You already know this one could kill...
The anaconda and the python.
I thought the anaconda was the biggest
one.
one.
But these two are so small compared to their very large ancestor, the Titanoboa. This big snake, which could be as long as a school bus, lived in the South American rainforest about 60 million years ago. With about 13 meters of length, the snake was not just long, but it was also quite wide, to the point that it would have to squeeze into your door for you if it came to find you in your house today. It's estimated that this big snake weighed about 2,500 pounds, which makes it half as heavy as a giraffe. So don't think you could have just picked up this snake and take it home as a pet, or toss it away like some people do when they find snakes in the wild. This snake was pretty much like any other big animal today, and it was better to leave them alone. Number 5. The Megalodon. And here's another one from our previous videos, the Megalodon, the largest shark ever and the protagonist of a poorly rated movie franchise.
Jaws?
Just like many other prehistoric
Jaws
creatures, the name
actually
of this animal comes from the Greek, and the meaning is big.
I refuse.
I guess that gives you an idea of how big and wide its jaws really are. Not only was it the largest shark in the world, but it's also one of the largest vertebrate predators ever. How intimidating can that be?
Watch out when y'all go underwater.
The white shark, which is the current largest shark in the world today that's carnivorous. It can grow as long as 20 feet long and weigh as much as 7,000 pounds.
Jesus.
However, the Megalodon was easily 3 times bigger in size and could be 15 times heavier than its modern-day relatives. With such a large size and a predator instinct, this animal was likely at the top of its food chain, and it probably fed from dolphins and maybe even whales. The animal went extinct more than 1 million years ago, but some people like to think that the Megalodon is still out there in the deep ocean, or the Mariana Trench, or something like that. I guess Hollywood has really put some crazy ideas in our heads, or maybe they know something that we don't. Maybe I'd stay away from the deep waters either way.
You feel me?
Number 4.
T-Rex.
The Spinosaurus.
Hey, that ain't a T-Rex.
Films have made a really great job of bringing awareness of prehistoric animals. For that reason, thanks to movies like Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, we know a bit more about dinosaurs and other animals that are now extinct.
Dinosaurs would do that.
And while some of the portrayals are exaggerated, we at least learn the names and some interesting characteristics of these species. That's the case of the Spinosaurus, a dinosaur that you probably remember from the Jurassic Park movies from the 90s. They were the largest carnivore dinosaurs on Earth. They could be about 18 meters, and in fact at 1.8 meters long, their head alone was the size of a human being. And those spines on their backs were about 2 meters high. Even though they were so big, they didn't feed from any large animals. Their diet consisted of fish and sharks that they could eat with their serrated teeth. Their ability to swim made it easier for them to get this kind of food.
So they want to eat meat, okay.
Number 3.
T-Rex.
Argentinosaurus.
Oh, I know about this one.
At this point,
this one like a vegan. For all my vegans out there. It only eat trees, it don't eat humans. So we straight about this one. Hopefully they bring this one back.
You've already learned about the largest mammal and largest dinosaur to ever dwell on the land. But there's another animal that lived on land that was even bigger than those two. It's the Argentinosaurus, which is known as the king of sauropods, which, let me remind you, are not dinosaurs.
They not?
The Argentinosaurus was in fact not just large, but also the longest one to live on land. They could reach height above 7 meters and weigh about 224,000 pounds. Even their eggs were bigger than the biggest eggs you've seen. They were almost as big as a coconut and weighed 5 pounds. It would take these animals about 40 years to reach adulthood, which gives them plenty of time to gain those 200,000 pounds needed to be a healthy grown sauropod. It's estimated that their daily diet needed an intake of 100,000 calories, which is like eating 300 muffins in one single day.
Jeez.
I guess that makes sense for an animal this big. Now it's time for the day's best pick. The picture I have today is one of people gathered around the head of a very large animal, something that looks like a crocodile. And today I want to present to you the largest aquatic reptile, which is actually bigger than a crocodile and significantly larger than almost every animal you've seen so far. Number 2. Shastasaurus. If you're into reptiles and exotic prehistoric animals, you've probably heard about the Paracephalium. In fact,
an animal's teeth will tell you if they vicious or not. And after I seen them teeth, you are run out the way. That's one animal you gotta know. If the animal don't got no teeth, then you could pet them. But if they got teeth, you gotta get going. I'm telling you that right now.
We've even mentioned it in our video about 10 animals that were scarier than dinosaurs.
Teeth, bro.
Some people have said that the Paracephalium was the largest aquatic reptile to ever exist.
You're dead.
But even though it was quite big and intimidating, it was not really the largest one. That title belongs to the Shastasaurus, an animal that was not that scary or dangerous, but was definitely big.
It don't got no teeth.
It was about 20 meters long and weighed around 80,000 pounds. It's almost as big as the sperm whales we have today.
Look, it don't got no teeth.
However, the Shastasaurus was a toothless reptile, and it had a very small jaw, which suggested it probably fed by sucking things like a vacuum.
I saved the best for last, but really worse.
Number 1.
T-Rex.
The blue whale.
Oh, okay, that's the whale I always
right.
be
Once
seeing.
again, we have the blue whale at the top.
That was the whale that was on Finding Nemo, no?
Alright. It's really impossible to keep this animal out of this spot. This animal has been, still is, and hopefully will always be the largest animal in the world. I mean, I wouldn't like to see any animal larger than this, but it would be quite interesting.
So we see King
The
Kong.
blue whale can reach a weight of 180 tons and a size of up to 30 meters long. That's about the size of the Leaning Tower of Pisa, which is already one monumental work of architecture.
Make sure y'all like the video and subscribe how many ads I'm getting, because this is getting bad. It's getting bad. It gotta stop. It gotta stop.
Next to this thing. I mean, you think elephants are big. Well, the tongues of the blue whales alone are as heavy as an elephant.
Shit.
Also, the hearts of these big mammals can be as heavy as a car. And you'd think with such a big...
So you telling me it could balance an elephant on its tongue like a chicken bone?
size, they would feed from big animals, but their main diet consists of tiny plankton and small shrimp called krill. They're decent swimmers, moving at 30 kilometers per hour, and with that impressive size, I'm surprised that they can move that fast.
Can't hang with the...
And just in case you've forgotten, or perhaps you don't even know it yet, whales are not fish. They are mammals.
Yeah.
Just like dogs, bears, and other hairy animals you see around, and just like those...
Like Perry the platypus. You get it?
Those animals, baby whales also need their milk. They can drink up to 600 liters of milk each day, gaining about 90 kilos of weight on a daily basis during their first year of life. That explains how they reach their large size in adulthood. The number of blue whales have been decreasing due to the threats of whale hunters, so we hope that does change in the future, as these are just such beautiful creatures.
Who hunt whales, bro? Y'all
and
get
honestly, I don't think we
here,
want to
bro.
see another animal on this list go extinct, even when their size
Wait
is
till
so
King
big that
Kong
it
come
can
on
send
this
chills
earth
down
and
my
Godzilla.
spine. What do you think of these animals? Would you like to see any of the extinct animals?
Yeah, I want to see the extinct animals, but that's for another video. Yeah, I want to see the extinct animals, but that's for another video. If y'all want me to react to another video like that, make sure y'all let me down in the comments down below. Make sure y'all subscribe to the video and like. Hey, just wait till King Kong or Godzilla get here. Y'all won't think y'all tough against animals when they rocking us. I'm just saying. So y'all better watch out. Y'all better stop killing these animals. That's all I'm saying. But that's it for the video, man. If that's all, then we out.